Welcome to the deep dive. We've got some really intriguing source material today. It's about listening, but maybe not in the way you usually think.
Absolutely. We're going to get into this idea of a voice, but one that, well, doesn't use words, doesn't seem to rely on logic or, fit the story you think you're living.
Right, exactly. It's presented as something much more subtle than that internal monologue, that stream of consciousness that's always trying to figure things out.
Mhm.
So our mission for this deep dive is figuring out, what is this subtle, wordless voice? And according to the text, how can you actually start to tune into it?
Okay, so let's start there. How does it show up? If it's not words, not logic, what is it? The source suggests it comes through as feelings, but feelings that can feel kind of unjustifiable.
Unjustifiable, that sounds odd.
Yeah.
Don't we usually need reasons for our feelings? Why would a feeling without a clear reason be the important one?
Well, yeah, it seems counterintuitive, but the source actually says that's where the magic is, so to speak. It's trying to distinguish this deeper feeling from all the mental chatter, the fears, the illusions we build up. Those things need justification to feel real to us.
Ah, okay. So those things need reasons because they aren't solid on their own.
Kind of. Whereas this wordless knowing, this guidance, the text says it just is. No explanation needed.
Okay, that makes the examples clear, like loving someone just because,
Right.
or wanting to live somewhere specific or do a certain thing, again, just because.
Yeah.
There's no spreadsheet of pros and cons, just
Right.
a feeling,
I
a pull.
Exactly. And that leads to a really interesting point the source makes, almost like a warning sign. If you find you need that long list of becauses to feel okay about a choice.
If you're working really hard to rationalize it.
Yeah. You might actually not be listening to that deeper, true voice. You might be trying to convince yourself of something that isn't quite right for you deep down.
Wow. Okay, so needing all the reasons is the red flag. That really does flip things on its head. And what about the opposite? When this wordless voice is saying no, like you're not interested, or something feels like the wrong path.
Well, the source suggests you wouldn't really agonize over it. There wouldn't be some big internal drama or debate. You'd simply not feel drawn to it. You'd just sort of let it drift by.
Like the examples they gave people you're just not romantically into, or maybe career paths that sound good on paper but just don't call to you.
Exactly. You don't spend ages analyzing why they're wrong for you. You just
Eh,
don't engage.
You're indifferent.
Right. The text actually uses that word indifference, suggesting it's the flip side of that just because pull. It's a quiet, wordless no, an absence of that resonance.
Okay.
And, this all connects to a bigger idea in the source about learning. It says there's basically no difference between things that cause pain and things that bring pleasure,
No difference. How so?
in the sense that both are there to teach you something you brought into your experience specifically to learn from.
Ah, I see. So pleasure or pain, it's all curriculum in a way.
Precisely. And that loops back to the justification thing. Illusions, half-truths, fears, they require constant mental propping up, constant reasons. But the things that are genuinely right for you, the things guided by that wordless voice, they just are. They feel solid without needing a defense. Every situation is offering a lesson.
Okay, so let's say you feel disconnected. Maybe you've gotten really good at justifying things, maybe things that aren't really serving you. How do you get back to hearing that quieter just because feeling?
Well, the text suggests the way back is actually through unlearning. Unlearning all those reasons, those elaborate justifications we've built around maybe fears or illusions. It's like peeling back layers of mental noise to get to that simpler core feeling.
So it's a process of subtraction almost, not adding more reasons, but taking them away.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive then. The core idea from this source is that our deepest knowing, maybe the stuff with real magic, as they put it, often shows up as feelings that feel powerful but maybe don't have a neat, logical explanation.
Right. Those unjustifiable feelings.
And needing a whole bunch of justifications might actually be a sign you're tuned into fear or illusion instead of that true inner resonance.
It's definitely a shift in thinking about what intuition or inner guidance actually feels like. Not always a clear voice, maybe just a presence or an absence.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that leads to the final thought from the source, something for you to maybe just mull over. The text actually states that choosing to get lost in all those justifications and illusions in the first place. That's why we embark on this whole journey of learning and unlearning. So the question is, what does it really mean if getting lost is actually part of the process of finding your way back to this wordless voice, that perhaps getting lost serves a purpose?